Well, good morning, Jagendra Rana here. Russia retains top spot as India's crude source despite US pressure. Russia retains top spot as India's crude source despite US pressure. Impact of US sanctions reflected a bit in December-January purchases from Moscow. Crude imports from Russia remained at the top of India's oil basket despite US warning New Delhi against purchase from Moscow and the Trump administration later levying an additional 25% penal tariff. Indian oil purchases from Moscow picked up in 2023 soon after the Ukraine war broke out and Russian crude became available for deep discounts. Data showed even as US officials in 2023 and 2024 repeatedly raised concerns that India's purchases of discounted Russian crude were weakening. Western sanctions aimed at cutting the Moscow's war revenues. New Delhi imported 1.5 to 2 million barrels a day. 2.1 million barrels a day. The US President Donald Trump announced a 25% tariff on Indian goods in July 2025, increasing pressure on exporters and imposed an additional 25% duty linked to Russian oil purchases a week later. The Department of Commerce data showed Russian oil imports in August, September, October, and November remained in the range of 6.5 to 7.7 million tons, or nearly 1.6 to 1.8 million barrels a day. So the impact of US sanctions on Russian oil measures Rodolph and Lukoil, which came into effect on November 21, 2025, however, reflected Indian purchases in December and January when the share of Russian crude was 25% and 20% at 5.8 million tons and 4.5 million tons respectively. While official numbers on crude imports for February are yet to be released, data shared by global analytics firms Kepler showed that India imported a little over 1 million barrels of crude from Russia every day, or nearly 4 million tons during the month. So in 2025, India purchased nearly 263 million tons of crude from different geographies, of which about 85% million tons or 32.3% came from Russia. New Delhi has diversified its portfolio and added West Africa, the US and Latin America to its list of suppliers. So with suppliers from West Asia getting choked due to the conflict and restrictions on the movement of vessels through Strait of Hormuz, India is again looking towards Russia to maintain its energy security. Russia remains the largest supplier of crude oil to India. Thank you.